Hey everyone, Sparrow Spalding here, and today I'm talking about why the narcissist, and specifically the covert narcissist, why the covert narcissist judges you. And one of the reasons they judge you, of course, is because they can't ever judge themselves. They can't look at themselves. They can't really assess their positive traits, their negative traits. So they're going to hyper focus on yours. Again, these are people who can't take any perceived criticism or even just feedback. They're so sensitive to it. So instead of looking inward, they're going to look out on you. And also, you're typically representing a caregiver in their life who wasn't a good person, whether they were abusive, overbearing, withholding, whatever it was. They weren't good people for them. They didn't get what they needed from that caregiver. So with covert narcissism, a lot of times, they hold that in and then they project that image out onto the romantic partner. Not in the beginning, right? Because in the beginning, they think you're amazing. They think you're wonderful. You're the answer to their prayers, all of that. But as soon as you show signs of being a human being, or as soon as you show signs of being disenchanted with them at all, whether it's something small, hey, can you turn off the light when you leave a room? Or hey, can you put the toilet seat down? Whatever it is, they're going to start to become disenchanted with you and they're going to start judging you and hyper-focusing on your flaws. And if you don't have that many flaws, that's okay. They're going to pick a few and they're going to really exaggerate them. They will find stuff to really judge you about, whether it's how you salt your food before you taste it, whether it's how many people you dated before you met that person. I mean, whatever it is, maybe it's you're sometimes messy and, everybody has stuff that they need to work on, right? But they're going to take those things and distort them, exaggerate them, and then grow some contempt for you, okay? And one of the reasons that they grow contempt for you, and by the way, all covert narcissists have to grow contempt for you over time. That's just part of the process, right? Because they still have contempt for that caregiver that they haven't really dealt with, right? Probably haven't done much therapy, if any, haven't gone through any confrontations with that person. So you're going to get the brunt, right? So they have to create the distance. They can't really bond with you. They can't really be a team if you're representing somebody who is really an evil figure in their life, who really was a dangerous, unsafe person. So think about that. So when you judge someone, you create distance between yourself and them. You're not going to be a teammate and you're not going to trust them, right? But yeah, this is really insidious in relationships with covert narcissists, and you will feel judged and you'll see it on their face. You'll see the look of contempt. You'll see the look of condescension or disgust. You'll see the eye rolls, all of that stuff. When a narcissist judges you, it keeps them from having to be vulnerable with you, right? And it keeps them from having to be an equal with you and be a partner. And by the way, as soon as they start judging you, they're not going to see you as an equal. They're going to see you as something less than. Although when you start pulling away, then they're going to see you, they're going to put you back up on that pedestal. It is a vicious cycle. So when you're trying to be a team with them, if they were to really be a team with you, then it ruins their false narrative of the world, that it's them against everyone, right? Me versus the world. And so when you're in a romantic relationship with somebody with these traits, it's very frustrating because they won't let you in, right? And of course you're going to feel judged, etc., but they won't let you in. And a lot of times then that other partner will start judging you back because deep down they're just hurt that you won't let them in. They are in there trying everything and they want to be a partner, they want to be a team, they want to be authentic, and you're pulling away or you're judging or you're hypercritical because in that narcissist world, somebody was really hypercritical with them. So if you're in a relationship with someone who is a covert narcissist and they are judging you, first of all, you have to really take a step back and go, I'm not going to take this personal. And a lot of times when you'll argue with them and some of the things that they say, you'll go, okay, this person really isn't talking about me. You never loved me, or you never stand up for me. You never da-da-da. It's like, yeah, maybe they're talking about you a little bit, but they're also probably talking about somebody else, right? They just have unfinished business and they bring it into the relationship. So you have to take a step back and go, okay, this isn't about me. let me not take all of this stuff personally. But you do really have to set a boundary with them. And when they're looking at you with contempt, or they're yelling at you, or bringing up your flaws or things that you did 20 years ago, just be like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that right now. And that's not really relevant. Let's just stick to the issue at hand. Or you can say, hey, I'm feeling judged by you, and that's not okay. I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm not going to sit here and be judged by you. Just not going to happen. So you can, really set your boundary. If you want the relationship to work, and a lot of times, probably 80-20 rule, 80% of the time with a covert narcissist, it's not going to work. Maybe 20% of the time, if they're not so far down the rabbit hole, or if they're really, really motivated to work on the relationship, sure, you bring those things to counseling or therapy and you work through them and say, yeah, I'm just not going to let you judge me like this. We need to be friends. We need to be partners. We need to be a team and look out for each other. And that's something that covert narcissists really have a hard time doing, because as soon as things don't go well, they create that separation. They make it even wider, you versus them. And that's really what it comes down to, is in their mind, relationships are adversarial because that's all they've ever had. So keep this in mind. If this resonates with you, please click below, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, hug yourself from me. We'll see you next time.